Hi, my name is Jason Gailey. I'm the General Manager here at Fyre-Tec.
And I am Aaron Eilers. I'm the Plant Manager here at Fyre-Tec.
Today we'd like to take a few minutes and walk through the two installation systems we offer. Before we get started, please take a note of the tools and supplies listed on the screen that you will need. Also, it is advised that you review the complete and detailed set of written instructions that are available on our website, fyretec.com, and also included in your trim kit.
Please regard this video as a general installation procedure. Wall details may differ, and special wall requirements such as sill pans, flashing, or other may lead to variances from this procedure. Lastly, anyone with installation experience and a general understanding of construction can install our windows. So let's get started.
Initially, all windows and installation components should be checked for shipping damage. The perimeter of the window should also be inspected that factory-applied caulking has remained in place. Any voids in the caulking should be filled with silicone caulking. All local building codes must be followed and will supersede any of the following instructions. For site-specific installation questions, please seek the advice of a qualified contractor, local authority having jurisdiction, and/or local building code. This includes using approved fasteners for trim to wall connections. Our minimum size recommendation is number 10 by 1.5 inch, which are not provided. Now that we have inspected the parts and window assembly, let's ensure the window opening has been built square and is large enough to accept the window or windows provided. Our windows are built 3/4 of an inch less in both width and height from the rough opening, which allows for approximately a 3/8 inch gap around the entire perimeter of the window. It is recommended that the sill of the window be shimmed no less than 1/4 of an inch above the construction sill to accommodate the weep feature of the window. Lastly, the window opening should be prepared in conformance of local code and approved construction drawings. This may include, but is not limited to, air barrier window wrap, flashing systems, and sill panning, which is not included by Fyre-Tec. Commonly, we get questions regarding the type of caulking required for our windows. Fyre-Tec's window assemblies have been UL tested with silicone caulking. With this said, the International Building Code is adopted differently in many localities and is continually updated. Please consult with local AHJs or inspectors to ensure the proper sealant is being utilized on your project. Now that our opening is ready, we can begin to install our kit. The first kit we will demonstrate is our subframe kit. All trim parts are cut to rough or nominal opening sizes and may need to be trimmed down to achieve proper fit. All components are to be fastened 3 inches from each end and no more than 16 inches on center thereafter. All trim should be backbeaded with an improved caulking where in contact with the surrounding construction and affixed with an approved fastener. Next, determine the depth that the window will be placed in the opening and install the head cap in the head with the 1/4 inch lip being placed to the exterior. Now we will install the exterior jamb angles measuring 1¼ inch by 1½ inch by placing the longer of the two legs against the jamb and the leg pointing to the opening interior. Each jamb angle will need to be trimmed so that the top of the angle abuts under the drip edge of the head cap. Measuring from the sill of the opening to just under the start of the drip edge, cut the angle to this length and fasten to the jamb using approved fasteners. Once complete, run a small bead of caulking along the interior side of the exterior jamb angles. We will now lift the window into the prepared opening. Steel windows can vary in weight and additional helpers may be required depending on the window size. Tip the top of the window into the head cap, then lift and slide the bottom of the window toward the installed jamb angles. Center the window in the opening using a flat pry bar and ensure all sides have approximately 3/8 of an inch gap from wall to window edge. Shim using an improved material and check for window level. Then complete shim application. Special attention should be made with the weep feature of the window on the exterior sill. A minimum of a 1/4 inch gap should be maintained between the sill of the window and the construction sill of the wall to allow proper weeping and drainage from the window. Once the window is centered and properly shimmed, the interior sill angle can be installed. The long leg of the angle generally attaches to the wall. After the sill is screwed down, the remaining 2 jam angles can be trimmed to the dimension measured between the top of the sill angle and the bottom of the interior leg of the head cap. The longer leg of the interior jam angles generally goes to the wall and can now be affixed into place. The interior trim should be screwed to the window at intervals of no less than 2 inches from each component end and 24 inch on center thereafter using the provided number 8 by 1/2 inch self-drilling screws. Once the wall construction is complete, caulk the exterior perimeter of the subframe installation where the window and the construction surfaces meet using an approved sealant. Use caution when sealing around the weep feature. The window installation is now complete. We will now take a few minutes to walk through the fin mounting system that Fyre-Tec offers. The mounting fins are supplied loose and are to be mounted to the window with the self-tapping screws supplied. Window frame depth in relation to the finish wall may be adjusted in 4 increments by selecting the mounting position on the perimeter of the frame as shown in the following layout. Pre-drill holes using a 3/16 inch bit in the fin to be mounted to the window or the short leg. The screws are to be positioned 1 inch from each end of the individual fins and then placed 24 inches on center thereafter. The hole should be centered on the leg. Pre-drill holes using a large bit enough to accept fasteners being used in fin for mounting to wall on the long leg. Hole application should be no more than 3 inches from each end of the individual fins and then placed 16 inches on center thereafter. The holes should be placed in a known location as to allow fastener to penetrate a structural member of the wall. Using an approved caulk, place a bead around the perimeter of the frame in the frame recess that the fin is intended to be mounted. Any other holes or voids in the perimeter of the frame must be sealed as well to prevent water penetration into the wall cavity. Then screw the fin to the window as described. We will go back to the opening of the window and add sealant around the perimeter of the window where the fins will be fastened. Next, we will place the window into the opening. Installation will require a minimum of 2 people. One individual should remain on the exterior to hold the window in place and the other on the interior to center the window in the opening using a flat pry bar or shim. All sides of the interior should have approximately 3/8 of an inch gap from wall to opening to window edge. Shim using an approved material and check window level in the opening, and complete shim application. Once the window is shimmed properly, attach the fin on the exterior to a structural member per an approved method as laid out by an architect or authority having jurisdiction. Special attention should be made with the weep feature of the window in the exterior sill. A minimum of 1/4 inch gap should be maintained between the sill of the window and the construction sill of the wall to allow for proper weeping and drainage from the window. When attaching the fin to the wall section, keep the corners loose to apply the fin corner pieces. Caulk the corner of the wall where the fin corner will be placed. Pull the fin away from the wall slightly and slide fin corner underneath. Once all fin corners are installed, caulk all exposed seams using approved sealant. The window is now installed and ready to be flashed. Flashing the exterior gives added protection against water penetration. The recommended procedure for flashing the opening is to use a flexible adhesive backed window wrap. Each application of the window wrap should be cut extra long as to allow overlapping in each of the corners, at least the width of the wrap itself. The wrap should contact the window frame and be applied per manufacturer specification. If stucco is the desired finished wall exterior, a J-channel trim must be used to keep the stucco from contacting the perimeter of the window frame. Protection against stucco from getting on the window and glazing surfaces is important. Once the wall construction is complete and stucco, siding, masonry, or other application is complete, a perimeter beading of approved caulking is needed. Use caution when sealing around the weep feature.
We hope this video demonstration will further ease the installation process of your Fyre-Tec window.
For more information regarding your Fyre-Tec window, we also encourage you to review the supplied owner's manual. Thank you for watching today. Stay safe.